assume that quarterback is also one of those positions. I mean, do you anticipate deciding that before game one, or do you know?
I think in the past we announced a starter, and I think right now we're in a situation where it's a continual battle, but we want to let people continue to grow and develop and not have that pressure of, hey, we have to have this decision made at this point. I think it's, this day and age in college football, I think you could very easily see a couple quarterbacks play in the first couple of games and let the play on the field decide it. We got to know a little bit more about some of our other quarterbacks on Friday when we went live with them. And some of the plays that Brady will make when he's live. And same thing with Sam. There's a couple of plays he extends and makes throws down the field that he makes just because he's such a big body. So we'll see both of them, I anticipate, in the first game, and then kind of play it from there. Yeah.
What is his progression like been like this fall? Where do you see him fitting in?
Yeah, I think one of the keys for him and one of the reasons he chose to kind of take this leap of faith is to prove to the next level position flexibility, and that's exactly what he's done for us, being able to play right, left, tackle. He's played both guards in camp. He's been really good at picking up and playing physical, and we really feel like we've got 6 really capable offensive linemen, and we're still pushing to find the other 2. Ultimately we'd like to be able to play with 8 offensive linemen. That would be the deepest we've ever been since I've been here, but I do think right now we're as deep as we've been, and I think anytime you can play multiple offensive linemen in a game, defenses are doing such a good job of rotating guys. If you can kind of match that with your offensive line, it gives give yourself a chance to kind of stay fresh in the fourth.
The tight end position looked like Brett Norfleet and Jordan Harris were out there quite a bit. Those a couple of freshmen you could see getting some early reps.
Yeah, what y'all saw today is who's earned the right on the depth chart to be out there. I think we were primarily 1s and 2s and really the one rotation. So, I anticipate that both Jordan and Brett will play. I thought both of them in our combative series, I thought Jordan had 2 really good catches and continues to show physicality in the blocking game. And so, I anticipate those guys playing early and contributing and having a significant role on our football team.
Eli, on the defense, Chad and JC, limited throughout camp.
Yeah.
What's their status going to be for game one?
Yeah, I anticipate JC will be back full go, ready to go. He is really recovered well and has done an excellent job with his rehab and treatment. So I anticipate hopefully by the time we start game prep week, which really begins for us Thursday, I think he'll be a full participant. Chad's still working his way back through a soft tissue injury that just hasn't quite got to where he's comfortable. So it's kind of a wait and see approach. We're working as hard as we can. I know he's working as hard as he can. I think he's frustrated with it, but you got to trust the process and you got to trust your body.
Is that, if you're without Chad for a while, is that Damian Wilson? Is that who you look to right now, and how's he looked in camp?
Yeah, Damian played, I think, the entire game versus Georgia last year in Florida, so he's got plenty of experience. He's gotten better and better with his reps. Obviously, we've got some other guys, Tristan. We slid over Tyron to the Mike position a little bit during fall camp, too, just to see if we could get, a little bit more speed on the field. So I anticipate that, we've got a lot of different options that we'll consider.
Coach, how do you expect to see Johnny Walker contribute, and what have you seen from the development of the defensive end group?
Yeah, Johnny got kind of had a sack against Arkansas last year, and then started in the bowl game, and I really think that confidence has kind of just progressed him on the right path. He had an outstanding spring and has really earned his starting position, and anticipate that he'll take the first snap at defensive end. He's got competition, with Niles and Joe, but he's done everything that we've asked him to do as far as gaining weight, understanding the defense, creating pass rush. So I'm excited to see what kind of season he's going to have for us.
Coach, Brady Cook was pretty confident about his camp performance. What do you think he did well this camp, and what does he still need to work on if he wants to be the starter?
Yeah, I mean, I thought he did a nice job being efficient, throwing the football. Obviously, his leadership capabilities to be voted on as team captain by his teammates. He's really steady, knows the offense, digest plays, is a smart, disciplined decision maker. We're continuing to improve our third down efficiency. Tonight in BPU, I think he was 0 for 2. And so we got to continue to improve that. He took the flat there off a hot route, and they kind of had a safety sitting. We got to see that and anticipate that and either throw the flag or we got to get it back to the under so that we can run for the first down. So just continuing to build on that stuff. I think that will show up more when we get into a game plan specific. But that to me is continually the thing that we got to improve.
I know you're pretty excited about the wide receiver group at the beginning of the camp. Is that?
I was pretty down on him at the beginning of camp about their blocking, but keep going with the question.
Just is that group is deep in pass catching games?
Yeah, I mean, I thought those guys had really come a long way. There was a few freshmen tonight that I didn't think responded as well as they needed to, with understanding the intensity of what a game day environment's going to be. But they have performed pretty well in camp. I anticipate those guys getting some early playing time. But it becomes a pressure-packed situation when there's 63,000 fans in the stands, and there's very little margin for error. And so, until we see those guys in those situations, we're still, I feel very confident about our top 5, but we need to be about 7 deep.
Could be wrong, but I don't.
You might be.
I've seen, it's possible. I don't think I've seen Peanut Houston the last couple days. Is he all right?
Yeah, Peanut's got a soft tissue injury that he tried to fight through, and just the recommendation of the doc to shut him down for I think 4 or 5 days. So should be progressing back on Tuesday. Don't see it being anything more than just rest and precautionary.
You saw Isaac Thompson at the beginning of camp. We missed all of camp. What's his status going forward?
Well, Isaac made an appearance tonight, and he had surgery. He'll miss the rest of the season. Disappointed for him. He really fought back, and I felt like had an opportunity to really push, find some opportunities, whether it was in our Prowler package and on special teams. But unfortunate part of the game. Injuries are, but I know he'll respond the right way. He's got a great smile on his face, and so he knows how to attack it and what it's going to take.
Eliah, your duties kind of transitioned a little bit with the addition of Kirby Moore into the offense and everything like that. What does that transition kind of look like for you during fall camp? And how have you kind of seen yourself grow from last year to this year, kind of as coach and just in those types of areas?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there's a little bit less involvement in the day-to-day offense and planning and scripting and doing some of those things that free me up to be more involved in special teams, maybe even more involved in analyzing some things on the defensive side of the ball, preparing for team meetings in a different way and delivering different messages. So I've kind of embraced that. Really have enjoyed being in special teams and trying to emphasize. Coach Baker and I are leading the Sharks team, which is our kickoff team, and that's been a lot of fun to take ownership of that and make sure that we're covering kicks the right way. And not it's been better that I'm not always, in the past it was really the defense against, me and the offense, and now I'm just I'm kind of like Switzerland. I'm just a neutral observer, and so I can cheer for both sides. And like I told Kirby after the first scrimmage, he's all nervous because however it goes, he's going to, if it goes good, he's going to be fine. If it goes bad, he's going to be upset. If offense did good, I was going to be great. If defense did good, I was going to be great. So it was a little bit relaxing there.
Time for a couple more, guys.
How do you feel about Jamal Roberts? A lot about him and
Yeah, Jamal's had an outstanding camp. He's proven a valuable asset with the ball in his hands. He's had some dynamic runs. But again, with all of those guys, I hope they'll learn from tonight that the intensity required to play is 60-minute focused concentration. You can't go through the motions, and we had a 2-minute drive there at the end of the game, and he wasn't full speed. Brady tried to hit him on a check down. He wasn't ready, didn't have his eyes back around. It can't happen. And I think that's the challenge for the younger guys, is understanding 60 minutes of complete concentration and focus, and it's for real in front of 64,000 people, man. It's for real, and all the eyes on TV. Like, there's no margin for error. There's no plays off, and you know, that's what these younger guys have got to continue to learn. That you can't just be a flash in the pan. You got to be consistent.
Coach Schrader and Nate P, is there anyone that you think you'll turn to more often in the season, or are they doing pretty good?
I think it's whoever's going to have the hot hands going to be the guy that continually gets the carries, who can consistently protect the quarterback.
Thank you, guys.
Here we had one more.
Yeah, Eli, we've kind of seen this, the SDP something approved, motto kind of go around. What does that kind of mean to you, and how has the coaching staff kind of embraced that message, and what are you guys trying to improve this season?
Yeah, you know, I've answered this question quite a few times, and I think there's a lot of different ways that you can take the STP motto, and I think everybody's got to figure out what internally motivates them. What is it that you're putting on your shoulder? What's the chip that you're putting on your shoulder? I think, you know, obviously for me, there's a lot of different things, but I want to prove people right, and I want to prove the 8 players who chose to come back and forfeit, you know, or not forfeit, but choose to delay their opportunities in the NFL. I want to choose, you know, I want to prove it to the coaching staff that believed enough in our organization, the University of Missouri, to come work with us. I want to prove it to the guys that have been here since I've been here that they were right to have faith and maintain unwavering support. I want to prove it to the fans who've been with us. You know, so I just want to prove those people right. And I feel like we've got a really talented football team. I think we're coming together in the right way. I think we've got to transition now from a camp mindset to a 1-0 mindset and really focus on the task at hand and the intensity it's going to take. Put away the distractions of you know, outside noises and influences and the distractions of what's going to go on downtown, and focus on what is important to us, which is the brotherhood and next Thursday night.